Here's all the test plots from NC State where they test out different varieties of fescue. And we actually come in and take 3 of the varieties that do the best and we use them in our blend. Look at there. Look at the difference in color. That's the Kentucky 31 that we're always raving about. Look how much lighter green it is. Stay away from that. Here's some that are some of my favorites, the Falcon varieties. That's Falcon 4 and 5. I like the Falcon 3 personally. 3 and 4. That's typically what's in our mix, and then something to go along with it. Hadn't really decided yet. Groundbreaking ceremony. One of my absolute most favorite times of the year. Aeration and seeding. Man, this just really gets me pumped up. I love putting this new grass seed in the ground, bringing that fescue back to life, getting things hopping again for the fall, for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Things start looking good. Grass seed means a little bit more to me than that, and what I'm talking about is when I started this business 15, 16 years ago, whatever, I remember pricing my first aeration and seeding job. Of course, I didn't have no equipment. I had to go rent the little walk-behind plugger. And the best I remember, I think I had 2 bags of seed in this lady's price. And 2 days before the job, I remember being very, very nervous. And you know, you get that feeling in your belly, they call them butterflies, and where you want to throw up sometimes, it gets so bad. I felt like that. And the reason I felt like that is I didn't have the money to buy the grass seed, and I had priced her the job. And I don't know I think it was like $60 a bag or $50 a bag or something, $100. And at that point in my life, my wife was the only income. I just started, and we just bought a new starter home. We didn't have no money. I mean, we were in the broke situation, and so I was just nervous about buying that bag of grass seed, those 2 bags of grass seed, and my faith was in place at the time, and I just remember very well God providing a way for me to get those 2 bags of grass seed, and that was a big deal to me. You know, God's good, God's faithful, and so every time I see this grass seed, I'm reminded, look at all that grass seed. Look at all that. Last year we went through more than this because it was a bad year for Fescue because it just got so hot and so stinking dry. This year's been an exceptional year in our area for growing turf. It's getting a little dry now, but up until now it's been pretty good. So we didn't buy quite as much this year because we don't need as much. So every time I see that truck, I'm reminded, you know, the Bible says, talking about the ravens or the birds, do they worry about eating? Do they worry about where the next meal comes from? And of course they don't, because God just provides that. So, you know, being a believer, my entire life, my internal security, everything I do is based off what God says in His Word. Of course my sin gets in the way, obviously, because we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not. No one is. It's where grace is so important. But the grass seed really does mean a little more to me than a nice green yard, because I just remember that one day in particular, that first job, that wasn't sure where the money was going to come from. God's good, He provided it, and things have changed a little bit since then. Faith has gotten stronger, and my business has grown. So hey, if you're a lawn care guy, if you're a lawn care guy out there and you're just getting started, you can do this. Okay, let me say that again. Let me encourage you with a swift kick in your rear. You can do this. I would consider myself an uneducated dude, farm boy. I'm not the brightest thing in the world. Everything I've learned here, I've self-taught myself basically. But we do well, and my faith is a testament to that. Not because we've learned how to grow turf grass, it's because my God is good, and He has supplied me and my family and my house with everything we have. And I'm grateful and thankful for that. And I can't wait to meet Him one day. Just can't wait. Grass seed. Check it out. Got a little new marketing thing going on here. I just thought it would be cool to stick the logo on the bag this year. Improved disease resistance. Yeah, it's these varieties we use are better at resisting disease. Now, the reason the word is used for resistance is because it's improved on resisting. It doesn't mean it completely resists. Brown patch is still an issue. Go back, look in the video. I don't care what grass seed you use. I don't care what fescue you use. If the conditions are favorable, if the weather is favorable for brown patch, you're going to see it. Chances are you're going to see it. Of course, there are situations out there that yards, we have yards that never get it. And I still don't understand that. And the yard right down the street does get it. So I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a scientist. So I don't know that stuff. But I do know in general, tall fescue in a humid environment with prolonged periods of leaf wetness, brown patch can be there. Dark green color, yeah, dark green. This isn't your Kentucky 31 crap. If you're trying to sow a nice dark green yard, stay away from KY 31. It's a forage fescue, meaning it belongs, it belongs in a hayfield for the cows to eat on. Forage, cows, eating. Stay away from KY 31. If you want a lime green yard, by all means use it. Great for sun and shade. It does great in sun. This blend does fairly well in shade. Again, photosynthesis has to take place. It has to happen in order for a plant to take in sunlight, a plant to convert that into energy. And you learned it in 5th or 6th grade. So to an extent, this is going to do good in shade. If it's full shade, chances are it's not going to do good. You have to use a different grass seed. Enhanced stress tolerance. Don't you like it how they use those big nice words? Enhanced. That means, yes, it can tolerate more stress than a cheaper variety of fescue. Basically, what we have in our bag is the Escalade, the Rendition, and the Falcon 3. I'm a big time fan of Falcon 3. That's what's in my yard for the most part. I got, when I redone my yard, I went with Falcon 3, Falcon 4, and I think it's the Escalade in it. And that's the only thing I've ever put in it for 6 years is this mix or something incredibly similar to it. So you can look all these up on the NTEP trials, NC State University NTEP trials. They're all really good for this area, for the Piedmont Triad. And again, there's absolutely no such thing as a perfect grass seed. I want to just nip that in the bud and get folks off of this kick that, a lot of things you see on YouTube and on the internet and on TV, those little infomercials late at night, a lot of that's marketing BS. They just want to get your money. The real deal bare bones to it is, it takes a lot of work in a tall fescue yard in a hot environment. Now, if we live somewhere like, a mild, cooler climate all year long, oh man, it'd be a dream to grow tall fescue, an absolute dream. Most people pick it because it stays green for the majority of the year, other than a couple of months during the summer if it gets real bad. But growing it, there's no such thing as a perfect grass seed. They don't exist to my knowledge. If they do, somebody let me know, because I want to buy some of it. Because if it's there, I will spend the money and buy the perfect grass seed, but it don't exist. So these are good varieties. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different varieties. And what I mean by this is a blend. You have 3 different varieties in one bag of grass seed. So it's blended in there together, mixed up as a blend. And then these are your varieties of different, who names them? I don't know. I don't know who comes up with these names of these things. But this list could be, 1,000 varieties long. It's just, they're all different sizes, colors, everything's, different about different varieties. But these are just 3 that we happen to like that work well in this area. So that's why we use them. These might change, the Escalade and the Rendition. From time to time, we'll switch that up from year to year. 90% germination rate. I would realistically say that's probably more like 70% germination. That's why in tall fescue, if you have to use so much grass seed. Bare dirt, 10 to 12 pounds of actual grass seed per 1,000 square feet. If you're in an excellent, thick, dense yard, you could get away with 4 to 5 pounds per 1,000. But that's why those numbers are up there, because the germination rate. In real life, every grass seed in this bag is not going to germinate. It's just not going to happen. So that's why you have to use a little more fescue than normal. 0% other crop. That's a big deal, and this is a major deal. It's huge with us. 0% weed seed. You've heard me say it before. In this bag of fescue, there's approximately 350,000 grass seeds. Approximately. I've never opened the bag and counted them all out, so I don't know that that exact number, but there's roughly 350,000 seeds. So if you got a 1% weed seed, that means in that 50-pound bag, there's about 3,500 weed seeds. And let's say you have a yard that requires 4 bags of grass seed. That's 14,000 weed seeds you just put in your yard. That's a lot of herbicide you got to spray. So if you buy your grass seed somewhere, make sure you go to like a lawn care facility, something like that sells pure seed, a premium grass seed. You get what you pay for with grass seed. You can either go buy a BMW or you can go buy an old Ford pickup truck. You're going to pay more for one, but you get what you pay for. And that's especially the case with grass seeds, for sure, no doubt in my mind. So going into next year, I've had an overwhelming response on this, and going into next year, I'm going to try my best to be set up to be able to move this grass seed across the country, so we can sell it to you, let you try it, let's see if you like it. Hopefully it works for you, makes your yard look better. And of course, I'm going back to this isn't a perfect grass seed. That doesn't exist. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of help from the weather. Irrigation's major, disease is major, nutrition is major. You have to do everything just right. And when you do that, and you get a little lucky every now and then, you keep a good looking yard throughout the whole year. Comment on this in the comments, or like it. Do the little thumbs up. I'm still learning all this stuff, so the little thumbs up. I think I'm going to put together a DIY homeowner lawn care program, and I'm probably going to set up like a private YouTube channel, something like that. If somebody wants in on this, there'll probably like a little small fee involved or something, and I'll work with you directly. I'll point you to products that you need, show you where to get them, show you how to use them, and I'm talking about down to everything that we do, and even some things I do in my personal yard that no one knows about. I'll share that information with you, because at the end of the day, I'm only probably going to be here 80 or 90 years roughly. That's the average lifespan, I guess. So we're here on Earth a real short time, so there's no need to keep secrets. Why not help some folks out and all, and maybe create a little side business in the process? So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but comment, say, yeah, I'd like it, or thumb it up, or whatever you want to do. Just do something on here so I know that you would be interested, because I don't want to waste my time getting all this stuff set up unless I know that there's plenty of people that would want to do this. And again, this is talking to the do-it-yourself homeowner guy. Of course, the lawn care guys, you can get some great information off this too, but this is basically for the guy that has a passion about his turf grass, and when he walks outside, he's like, man, that looks good. And you like doing it yourself. You like getting your hands on and dirty and learning and figuring out how to spray. I'm gonna even teach you how to spray liquids on your yard. I know a lot of homeowners is all about granular, but I'm all about liquids. And I'll teach you how to do that and teach you how to build a small, inexpensive sprayer, the whole 9 yards. So just let me know if you're interested, and we start Monday plugging and seeding, and I'm gonna get busy. We're gonna get like really busy around here, light speed type busy. So we'll try to get a couple of videos put together on seeding and that kind of thing, so just bear with me. It might be a little bit before I get them posted, because it'd be like the Indy 500 around here, man. We'll be rolling. Check you later.